Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of
Roll
Nat20Hot.
Tide.
Roll Tide. We are so thrilled of the results of our fundraising efforts on Sunday that we just had to do another episode this week. If you're tuning in for the first time, we fundraise and stream in support of Extra Life, which is raising money for America's children's hospitals. Best thing about it is that every single contribution you make goes towards children's hospitals in your area. So every dollar given goes a very long way towards helping children in need in a country whose healthcare system is questionable at best. But that's enough about that. We are a bunch of friends who like to play Dungeons and Dragons together, and today we open on a very exciting and perilous opportunity for our players because last time out, our adventurers woke to a new day. The sun rising over the moors and fields that surround the Marigold Estate, now in their name. Despite an ill prepped breakfast from Willem, they began their day in the initial search for the sewer hideout of the Cinder Kin, the enigmatic, nefarious criminal enterprise of Yusan. They found that their patron Elray was out of office, and so they trudged on with little more than the guidance from their now deceased adversary Sirio Nork of where not to turn once they found it. Inevitably trudging through the sewers via the Trillwood docks, they sloshed through murky waters and foul odors before stumbling upon a series of pipes that showed signs of tampering, and investigating further, found entry into the drained and redecorated hideout, but the sound of voices quickly drew their attention. Attempting a diplomatic path, Randy confronted the muscle-bound dwarf Grak, that was barking orders towards the guards of the Cinder Kin, and after little success convincing that he was now an ally looking to get back into the fold, Randy vanished into the stone floor. Attempts to quell the chaos by Branwen, masquerading as Sirio's cousin, were similarly moot. So Willem and Dunk attacked the ne'er-do-wells and inevitably left them defeated. But interrogating Grak gave them little to go on, because before he could say anything, he finished what they started, clamping down on a poisoned tooth and killing himself. But Scott, the guard, not one to hide any secrets, did give away pretty much everything he knew in exchange for a farming position on their newly acquired estate, including the captive bard, Marguerite Louvet, that they had hidden away in their dungeon. And he promptly ran off to the hideout, out of the hideout once he was let go. The party then freed Marguerite and discovered a less fortunate gnomish man who had already succumbed to death and was withering away next to her in the dungeons. Entering the final rooms of the hideout, the party discovered the lavish offices of the up until now mysterious Gordon Trunchmer, kingpin of the Cinder Kin, and rooting through his collection of journals and materials on each of them would have to wait, because it was not long until Trunchmer arrived, knife pressed to Branwen's throat. Trunchmer encouraged Randy and his gang of misfits to stay out of his way, lest he and those he loves, hint hint, Cena, face a bitter end. And that end might come sooner than we think, because as Trunchmer slammed the doors to his office shut and bid the party farewell, beginning to flood the chambers with sewer water as he did so. And that is where we find ourselves, the four of you staring at the dark stone facade of the chamber door, murky water beginning to bubble up from beneath your feet through a hole in the center of the floor, the ends of the silk and fabric cloth hanging from the ceiling beginning to stain dark as the water seeps between the stitching. Looking around you, you find the room as you first entered it. The stone door, staring back at you, now closed. A portrait of Trunchmer on the opposite wall, hanging above his desk, the walls covered with all manner of tapestries and cloth. And to the right of that portrait, an iron gate, barring entrance to another room filled with the treasures and fineries of Trunchmer's conquests. As the big water begins to rise around you, you will all roll initiative to determine what you'll do next.
Oh, means. Oh, shit.
16.
21.
Okay.
4.
Ooh, Nat 20, 23.
Okay.
4.
That means Dunk. You find yourself in this situation, the water beginning to rush up. What would you like to do?
Can I look around for any kind of door or release lever latch?
You can make an investigation check. You do know that there is the iron gate that you've already tried to throw yourself against.
Okay,
So you will take an action and use your movement, and then, of course, a bonus action if it's available to you. We'll treat this like normal combat, though you're not technically fighting anybody.
I see. You know what? I'm gonna rage, and then I'm going to try those iron gate again.
Okay. Feel free. So you rage, and that gives you advantage on strength checks, yes?
It does. Ooh, I need that advantage. Oh god, it's even worse. 9.
Unfortunately, that will not do it. You pull with all of your might, but the bars do not move. Clearly, good construction. You get the sense that these were installed here by the Cinder Kin and not part of the sewer's original construction, especially given that you were able to bend the bars of the initial entrance with relative ease. Are you doing anything else with your turn? Moving anywhere?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm there.
Rip down
Branwyn.
tapestries. I am going to bonus action face step into the room with behind the iron thing.
You're going to face up into the treasure room where you see all the treasure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You now find yourself on the other side of the gate, um, looking around you, generally speaking, without like any additional perception or investigation. Um, you are able to. Whoa, I lost my notes.
Oh, we're going rogue.
There we go. Looking around you, you find a dimly lit but rather expansive chamber, just a bit smaller than the office that you've been in already. There are a lot of parchments and metal. There's dusty shelves, like very contrary to the room with all the office that you've just come from, with lots of tapestries and things on the wall. This room is used for storage, and it is filled to the brim with fineries, luxuries, crates, boxes, etc. There's gleaming jewels, ancient artifacts, ornate weapons, paintings. There's just opulence everywhere.
Any way out
Hmm.
from here?
Make a perception check. You can do that with your bonus action, or your action rather.
Oh, beans. Well, that's a 7.
Okay, since you are in the room, you are able to see that just off of the room that you're going through is a small, like, cylindrical chamber, as though the sewer would continue on ahead of you. And you do see halfway through that chamber a ladder going up towards the surface and beams of light kind of shooting down from what appears to be like a makeshift manhole cover.
Okay. Am I able to
Oh,
open the
I
door?
think that's
Open
pizza.
the gate?
You that is your turn. So we will
Yeah.
go ahead and go to Willem now.
Okay, so as a free action, I'm going to have a conversation with Brandon. So I'm understanding correctly. We are in a room filling with water where this is me asking Chris, not Brandon. We're in a room filling with water. Trunchmer left out of a door, slammed it shut. It's stone.
Mhm.
I can get through because I have the phase necklace. Nobody
You
else can.
could. Yep,
Other than Vort, who could meld with stone if he has the spell slot.
that is true.
Okay. Now, Branwyn, where you are, treasure room, other side of it, ladder, light beam. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to put on the phase necklace and I'm going to walk through the iron bars. I am then going to extend the phase necklace through the iron bars with my hand, assuming it's not a fine mesh and I can do so, and offer it to anybody else who would like to put it on temporarily. Does the phase necklace require attunement?
It does.
Then never mind.
And you also suffer a level of exhaustion having used it.
Which is disadvantage on everything
Yep,
Everything.
literally everything.
until a short or long rest.
I believe first level of exhaustion is short rest, but I could be
Okay.
wrong. I'd have to double check.
Perfect. Is there anything that looks, I don't know, armory or swordy? Or, I mean, if Trunchmer was willing to flood it, I suppose it's not probably.
I mean, upon first inspection, you get the sense that a lot of these things are quite glamorous, and there are indeed weapons and glaives and swords and that seem to gleam and glisten. Like you're a bit surprised based on the quantity and quality of things in here that he would choose to flood it.
Which means he either really wanted to get rid of Randy, Chris really wanted to make a puzzle with drowning water, or he has a way to unflood the area.
Or he's just that rich.
Or he's just that rich.
What are you doing with your action?
I'm gonna investigate the room for any sort of button or quick release mechanism or something that would either open the iron bars or perhaps drain the water, or maybe I'll shove some stuff aside with my foot and see if there's a drain in the room because it's a sewer.
Three different things. So, what are you attempting? You're looking to make a general investigation check.
I will generally investigate the treasure pile and its whereabouts.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good. 11.
You don't see any drain in this particular room. You see the standard divot that is kind of gone through all of the rooms that you've been in, where you get the sense that the traditional flow of water would come through. What you do also note is a small keyhole on the other side of the gate that you just came through. As you kind of look around, there's very clearly a locking mechanism on the opposite end of the keyhole of the wrought iron gate.
I tell everybody that there's a keyhole.
And that means it is now Randy's turn.
How long has it been since the door is shut?
This is all happening immediately.
Okay, cool. So
We're
like,
treating this like traditional round of combat, where like every 10 is a minute.
so it's been like
A
15
couple
seconds.
seconds, yes.
Cool. Yeah,
It's a
I'm gonna
little
meld
bit
with.
longer, like more like 5, right? You know.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
run into the door. The door shut. Is that's
Yep.
like that's also stone?
It is stone door, yes.
Oh, good. I'm gonna meld with stone through that door.
Okay. Are you just going straight through it, or do you have to like spend an action to both go into the wall and come out of it?
I think it's like a one action to go through, like get into it, and then like if it was like any
Okay.
thicker, like I probably wouldn't be able to come out the other side. But I assume it's like
It's a
my
thick wall.
size.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
So
going, no, 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 no.
yeah, I'm gonna run into the wall and melt that shit.
Okay. That sounds good. And it is now back up to Dunk's turn. So while you were away, Dunk, both Willem and Branwen have gotten into the treasure room by face stepping and phasing through, and you are now firmly alone on the other side. However, quick pause. The water has continued to rise, having reached the knees of all of you. If Randy were still corporeal or corporeal, they would be a little bit lower on him. But all of you must make a strength saving throw.
Oh, man. Oh,
14.
Now, why would you make us do that?
just a nice general 10.
Saving throw. Oh, I'm strong. I forgot that I'm a fighter. Yeah, 15.
Um, Dunk and Willem, you stand fast as the water rushes around your knees. Branwen, you're knocked a little bit aback. You're not. You feel as though if the water had been any faster or stronger, you might have been knocked into the gate as it's kind of spilling out from every direction. But you managed to hold your balance just fine. But the
Yeah,
water
I grab
does
onto the
continue.
bars to stay up.
Beautiful. But the water does continue to rise around you, and it is now Dunk's turn.
I heard mention of some kind of key.
There's
There's
a
a keyhole.
keyhole.
Um. I didn't read the rage closely enough, so that ended because I didn't take any damage or hit anybody. So I'm going to investigate for a key, if I may.
You can sure you may do that.
12.
Are you looking anywhere in particular?
Um, wherever the key is. um, I guess like is there like a desk where I am?
There is a desk. So you know there's the desk. There's obviously like tapestries and curtains surrounding the walls, and then there is the portrait.
Um, I'm gonna look behind the portrait.
Well done. As you run your hand along the edges of the portrait, your hand catches on something at the base of it, and as you yank down, a key ring stumbles with but one iron key that, upon first inspection, looks as though it could open up that gate.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna take that key over to that gate.
All right, you are able to open
I don't know
the
if this would be
door.
an action.
No,
I am able to open the door.
you're using your action to both find and use the key. We can call inserting a key into a hole a bonus action, and that is your turn. And it
Nice.
is now Branwyn's turn.
So we've got everybody in this room except for Randy.
That is correct.
I'm just gonna take off down the hallway, I guess, and just constantly just messaging for Randy.
Okay. So
Message cantrip.
you're standing at the ladder.
I'm trying to find my way back to where we went in, if that makes sense. That's where I want to be.
So
like,
you mean the entrance of the whole thing?
well, no, I want to get back to wherever Randy's going from where we are
Oh,
now.
okay. So you are backtracking towards the door of the office.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that, and I want to try to pick the lock.
There is no lock
there a lock?
on the inside of the stone
it.
door. It is it's basically like the walls of the chamber. So these were
okay.
essentially, as if you recall, as you entered, it was a stone door that was locked by a magical eye looking for the motion.
Oh, so it was like, okay.
Yes.
Can I have not done that then?
No, you did do that.
Damn it. Fuck.
Willem, it is you. Go ahead.
Well, that was just my movement, so can I just try to, like, pry open the door by some grace of God?
You can roll a strength check. Splitting Randy in half.
I'm gonna inspire myself. Be like, don't fuck up one thing. With my inspiration, I added D8. With my D8. That's a 14.
The stone is just, you struggle even to get your fingers into the narrow divot that separates the wall, and you get the sense that this would be a door that you could open from the inside, but the magic has been dispelled. Willem, it is your turn.
I am going to probably eye up that ladder and get out.
You may make an athletics check to push open the manhole cover.
It's gonna be pretty good. 25.
You're able to, with relative ease, climb up the ladder, shift over this metallic grate that covers the manhole, and as you kind of poke your head out, you get the sense that you're on the outskirts of town. You're still within the palisades, but you're like kind of offshoot towards the edge by the waterfront, given that you kind of like went up into the sewers via the docks and then just kind of went off to the right a little bit. So you're on the edge of town. Nobody about as you exit. Doing
Okay.
anything else with your turn?
Is there anything else I can do with my turn?
Don't believe so. Which takes us to Randy.
I'm gonna come out of that wall on the other side.
Uh, you come out of the wall and leaning against the entrance way of the guard room is Gordon, kind of twisting his finger. He says, "You know, they say the villain always leaves to leave people to die, but I know you're as daft as you may be, Randy. You are strong-willed. I give you that."
How far away from him am I?
About 20 feet.
Okay. I would like to cast Bestow Curse
Mhm.
upon him, which I choose one ability to score, which he has disadvantage on ability checks with that. I'm going to choose Strength.
Is there a save?
Yes, it's a 14 Wisdom.
Okay.
It's a Wisdom save. Come on, baby. Come on, get cursed.
You feel this blast of purple energy just radiates out of your hand, and it seems to like envelop him and blow off in different directions as he stands there smirking. He goes, you learn nothing." And he pulls and he twirls these two blades between his hands, and he goes, "We can do this my way if you'd like."
Get back
I
in the
guess
rock.
that's my turn, huh?
It is indeed. He will also roll initiative, and it's going to be. Um, it is now Dunk's turn. Now you are not aware that this is happening,
No,
but
I'm not. um, I forgot. Did Willem get the manhole cover open?
yes, Willem is
He does.
out. Willem has.
Nice. Um, I guess I'm in the room that he was just in, right?
Yes.
If I'm picturing this correctly. Okay. Um, I guess I will also proceed up the manhole.
All right. That brings us to Brandwin. Now you kind of have a sense that something wrong is happening. You can vaguely hear muffled voices through the stone door, but the water is getting pretty high. And since you have remained, and I forgot to do it for Willem and Dunk, you will have to. The water level has continued to rise pretty significantly now. It is at your waist, and it's churning about, and it starts to splash up and kind of mist and spray into your face. And as the water sloshes about, you also hear the splashing and clanging of some things from the treasure room starting to kind of float into the room. And every once in a while, goblets and chalices and the odd piece of gold floats past you. And you will have to make another strength saving throw.
11.
So unfortunately, the water is getting quite intense as it starts to whirlpool about in the drain where it's bubbling up from in the office, and you're pulled towards the center of the room, only about 15 feet from the door. But what the ground beneath you is now difficult terrain, so your movement speed is cut in half.
Okay. I'm gonna point at the door, and in Sylvan, I'm going to cast Shatter at 3rd level on the door.
Okay.
So non-magical object that isn't being worn or carried takes the damage if it's in the spell's area. It is, so it's gonna take that 4d8 thunder damage.
Okay.
Thunder
Roll
damage.
damage.
It takes 19 damage.
Okay. Um, Randy, I'll have you make a dexterity saving throw
And
as from
also, it's
behind you.
loud as fuck.
Yeah, as
Hey,
from behind you, you hear this incredible boom, and bits of rock and stone fly off from behind you, pelting you in the back. And I'll have you make a dexterity saving throw to dodge some of the more significant bits.
I got a nat
Branwyn,
20.
you dodge all of it and take no damage at all, so you hear the sound of the spell before the rock even begins to fall, and you naturally duck, knowing what your companion is doing behind you. Branwyn, you were able to see through the slits that you've created that you would likely still be can't quite wedge yourself through, but in another move be able to shove yourself through the remaining stone with enough strength that you've caused a great deal of damage to the facade itself. Yes, Branwyn.
Since there's a hole in this door and this water is really high, is the water going through the door and therefore pushing me to the door so I can just.
Yes, you are at the door now. The water is flooding out into the greater space, and the flooding is now happening much more at a more manageable pace. But the water is still now slowly rising, and it is now Trunchmer's turn, and he's going to brandish his knives, and at the sound of the spell and the stone flying in every direction, he goes, "Ah, I thought you had abandoned your friends." It's fine. The more the merrier. And he is going to race across the room, Naruto style, and start stabbing you and hacking and slashing at you, Randy, with his knives. Specifically, he is going to send one your way, and that's a 19.
That'll hit.
And
I'm
that,
gonna use a reaction to cast silvery barbs, so he has to re-roll and use the lower roll.
well, the
I
second
just,
roll is a
was.
nat 20.
Fuck!
So, but I have to use the lower one, so it's a 19. And that will be a D4. Wow, I just lost my.
Oh man!
That is 6 piercing damage. Yeah. And then,
Wow.
so he's going to cut once with the back of his hand, and then he will cut twice. That's a 24.
Whoa! Yeah, that'll hit too, huh?
That's 5 damage. And I will have you make a Constitution saving throw.
A nat 1.
Oh no.
Okay. So that
Atta boy.
is.
I'm dead.
Wait, are you really?
No.
Oh. That is 7 poison damage, and you are now poisoned
Oh,
as he cuts
jeez.
across with his right hand. So that gives you disadvantage on all attack rolls. And the blade cuts through your shoulder, and you feel this burning sensation as it shimmers with a green light. And that is his turn.
For well,
I
yeah,
missed
for that
I missed
attack.
something, but I'm gonna take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
And it is
For
now
that
Randy's
attack,
turn.
I'm going to use my racial trait Stone's Endurance to reduce the damage by 1d12 plus
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Bleh. Yeah, that was a terrible roll. Wow. Okay, so I negate 3 of that damage.
Well,
Um,
That's
and
fine.
now we are back up to Dunk. No, I'm sorry. It's Randy's turn. It's your turn.
I am going to. So he sprinted at me to do all that, and I'm just gonna sprint right back. I'm gonna scream a guttural scream, and I'm gonna tackle him to the ground.
So we're gonna
In
attempt to grapple him.
correct
Okay. You'll have to make a contested strength check.
12.
Unfortunately, he rolled a 14. So you have him kind of you basically run at him, and he just kind of laughs as you wrap your arms around him, and he stands fast against you. and basically like kind of shoves you backwards.
It's going very poorly. Poor old Randy.
You doing anything
That's
else with your turn?
Nope.
Okay. He is going to expend one of his legendary actions, and after shoving you back, is going to take another strike at you with his dagger.
Jeez.
That is a 24,
Yeah.
and that's 6 damage.
Okay.
And we are back up at the top with Dunk.
All right. What is the quickest way for me to get from where I am to where? So I assume I can probably at least hear what's
You
going
can
on.
hear the clattering of weapons. The quickest way is for you to go back down, and you will have to spend this turn getting within fighting range due to the difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain. Okay. Hold on a second. What does this do?
And if you enter, you will have to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Um. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna try to get there as fast as I can.
Okay. Make a strength saving throw.
19.
You are
Wait. Sorry.
unaffected. Well,
It's more than that.
you are unaffected as you
20.
leap down the manhole cover and trudge through the water. Your barbarian strength just giving you everything you need to get into range. And you come to the wall next to Branwyn and are able to kind of see your dear friend and companion Randy getting sliced to bits by Gordon's knives. And it is now Branwyn's turn. Make a
I'm gonna.
strength
Can I
check.
get?
What would you? Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I want to get over. I just want to get to.
If you want to get through the wall,
What's
you're
his-
going to have to make a strength check.
What's his nuts? Son of a beans!
Can I assist her in any way? Kind of like give her a little nudge.
Push me through.
Like
I
push
mean,
her butt
given
through.
that you did not take an action besides to run, you can assist her. You can make a strength check. The two of you can make a collective strength check.
Okay. Mine was a 14.
24.
Beautiful. The two of you throw
I
your
just got
bodies
lost.
against the crumbling stone
I
and
know.
manage to tear down the final bits and baubles of the rock and step out the other side as the water begins to flow in ever faster. Now that the wall has been knocked down, but the water level has come down a decent amount, given that there's much more space for it to flow into. And Brian, when you still have a bonus action, any movement you'd like to use?
Am I able to get to? Was getting through the thing my action?
Technically.
Son of a beans. Yeah, I just want to go. I just want to make myself another target.
Okay.
So I want to I want to step in. Can I block Randy? If
You can step in
no,
front
I
of.
don't think
You
he's
can
gonna
step
let
in
me.
front of him.
You can do
You
it.
certainly can.
No, I'm gonna. Can I go around to the back? Am I able to go around to the
To the
back
side.
of?
You can flank him.
Yes, I want to flank.
Okay. You may do so. And it is now Willem's turn. So Willem, you're just kind of standing there, sitting with your feet in the sewer grate as your companions leave you.
Yep. Do I hear anything?
You hear a lot of fighting and the crumbling of stone.
Okay, well if I hear fighting, I probably have to go back down, but I'm bitter about it. And
Okay.
also exhausted.
All right. You head on down, and you are able to use your turn to get into the fight.
Yep. Okay, great.
If you're within spellcasting range, you theoretically could do that as well. Or if you have a spell to
I
cast.
am within spellcasting range, but give me 1 second. I'm gonna think about what I'm doing. I'm gonna hold my spell. Yep, nope, never mind. I wasn't gonna do anything anyway.
Okay. It's now Gordon's turn, and as Branwyn steps to the side of him, he kind of looks and he pulls one of the loose strands of his hair back and he goes, a new adversary. And he's going to grip the blade and cut out at you. And he is going to use his special ability of assassinate, given that he against anyone that has not taken a turn against him. And are you hit by? This is close. Are you hit by a? You're not hit by a 12, right?
No, thank
Okay,
God.
that's good. He's very, and he like cuts out, and he can't believe that like you use your elven eladrin agility to swing back and avoid the blow, and he actually like you see a hint of
fucking kill you?
frustration in his eye as he makes another strike against you. That will be a 22.
Yeah.
That is 8 damage. And his final strike is a 22 again. And you'll have to
Oh,
make
fuck.
a constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay.
That's a
You
total
take
of 2. That's a total of
you,
2.
you take an additional 7 slashing damage, as well as 8 poison damage, and you are poisoned.
Oh no, I'm not doing well.
And it is now Randy's turn.
Bramwin's looking kind of rough.
Yeah.
As a free action, I'm gonna channel divinity. So we both, you and me, we both heal 15 hit points.
Oh, thank you so much. I was at 5.
Yikes.
Not a lot.
And I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna go try to grapple him. I gotta.
Make a contested strength throw.
Oh, 20.
Hold on one second. You have disadvantage on that, given that you are poisoned.
8.
Miraculously, you are able to wrap your arms around him, and you have grappled him successfully. And he is grappled. His movement speed is reduced to 0, but that doesn't impact if you have advantage or anything like that. His movement speed is just reduced to 0.
Okay. I got him on the ground, and I'm gonna just yell at Bramwood like, "Fuck him up! Kill him!"
Oh. It is now Dunk's turn.
Dunk is gonna do.
Oh
what
wait,
Dunk.
first of all, sorry. All of you have to make strength saving throws as the water rushes in around you.
Oh yeah.
It's delayed. It is the same DC as last time.
Shit.
Even with disadvantage, still got a 19.
Nice.
I got a
16?
+8 to strength saving throws, so that'll do it.
25.
Randy?
Oh, is it affecting me?
All of you have to make strength. You're on the ground.
9.
Okay, so I will say that because you are grappled or grappling, you and Gordon are pulled back 15 feet away from the party as the water pushes them further into the
Wait,
Does
attack
this
of
give anybody
opportunity?
within range
Attack of
it does not
opportunity?
incur it does not incur attacks of opportunity. It's
What?
you're all actively
This is
trying to
bullshit.
you're all actively trying to stay up, and the water is the natural world is forcing them away, and so they are now 15 feet away from you.
Twitch watchers,
And
get in the comments.
it is Dunk's turn.
I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna hit him
All
if
right.
I can.
It is now difficult terrain, but you can obviously go 15 feet.
Yeah.
But you get advantage because he's grappled, right?
You do not. Grappling only reduces the
Son of a
movement
bean.
speed to 0.
Well, I'm gonna get advantage because I'm gonna hit him recklessly and I'm gonna
Okay.
rage. Actually, first let me rage. Let me do this. Rage, and then it's my D8 now. Okay, so when I raged and did my wild surge, an intangible spirit which looks like a flump or a pixie, gotta be the flump. The flump's
Gotta
coming
be.
back. Appears within 5 feet of one creature of your choice that you can see. At the end of the current turn, the spirit explodes, and each creature within 5 feet must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 force damage.
It's
All right,
fine.
yeah. Flump is gonna go over there and do that. Okay, but that
And
happens
so
at the end of my turn,
cute.
right? Yeah.
It's a little friend.
First, that just reminded me. I still got a wild magic from last time.
You
Oh
do.
yeah, so do I. But I'm that's well, I'm swinging recklessly, so I have advantage. All right, so 18 plus whatever. No, it's at 9.
Does
I
hit.
think. Yeah, that hits. He has taken the turn this combat, so I will not get sneak attack, but that's okay. So 9 damage.
Okay.
And I get to hit him again. The second hit also hits. Whew. 18 damage for the second hit.
First
And
one was
then-
9.
Yeah, it was 9, then 18.
Okay.
And then the flump. This is then my turn for the flump explode. The flump explodes, and each creature must succeed on a Dex saving throw.
Okay.
It-
So he will automatically fail as he is grappled, but
Yeah.
Randy, you must also make it.
A death saving throw.
Dex.
Dex.
Dexterity.
Dex. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, shit. All right.
What the fuck is this flump?
3.
Okay.
I-
So you
I'm
can
sure
roll
that-
the 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6. You take 2 damage.
All right, Randy, that accounts to you as well.
Force damage, if that matters. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, that is the end of my turn.
Branwen, it's your turn.
That.
Okay.
Somebody's echoing.
What?
Oh,
It's
it's me.
Or
What's board?
I'll be right back.
So first I got 2 attacks now. So first attack is a it's I can't do math. Sorry. It's a 14.
Does not hit.
Okay. I've got to try to hit him again because I got 2 attacks. Bet. And that one is a 16.
Does hit.
Yes. So I am going to use the planar echo for my sword. So
Nice.
he has to make a Constitution saving throw as it releases a burst of Fey energy.
Nice. What's the DC again?
13.
He passes.
Son of a beans. It's still cool though.
Yeah, your sword,
And
as you
then-
parry, just explodes in this hues of greens and purples. And he even
And-
kind of goes,
And as part of that, I will also have used a defensive, or not defensive flourish, a slashing flourish. So it does an extra d6 of damage. Oh, I never rolled damage for that.
I was going to say, I don't know what you've already done.
It's 2 plus oh my god, absolute dog shit rolls. So still a 9.
Right on. You get the sense that you have done some damage, but that this guy has seen a lot of damage in his life.
Yeah.
And at the moment, he's kind of just enjoying the fight.
Oh no.
And it is now Willem's turn.
Hopefully he's about to enjoy it a lot less. I'm going to attack to hit him once. Is he hit by 21?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be 10 slashing damage. And theoretical question for you. He's wet, but will he still take fire damage?
He would if you had spoken the chosen word to light your sword on fire.
As a bonus action, I'm going to say the word.
Okay, but that will only
What's the
apply
word?
for your next attack.
Okay, well,
Mm.
he's gonna get
You're
an
being
I
a
gave you a
son of a
great
bitch today.
sword. You got a
Oh,
great
alright.
sword. I gotta make things hard. Come on.
All right.
He's gonna take 10 slashing damage from the first one. I'm gonna say
Chris
the
chose
word.
violence
I
today.
did.
Is he hit by a 16?
He is.
Okay. That's 9 slashing plus 7 fire damage.
Okay. Lovely. It's now his turn. He's going to pat your arm, Randy, as you're grappling him, and just go,
And
"Your
give you a
friends,
kiss.
you have chosen some very good friends, I must say. But I believe it is time that we end this charade." And he's going to make a strength, contested strength roll against you to flip you over.
Am I at disadvantage?
Yes, because you're poisoned.
But he's so
I got
big.
2 18s.
Unfortunately, that's not enough for a 19.
Silvery barbs, reaction silvery barbs. He has to reroll.
Still a 19. It was a nat 20.
Oh, son of a bitch.
It's actually higher because it was a natural 19, and then
Oh.
plus one.
Pissed.
So he manages to flip you over. That is, however, his action. As a bonus action, though, he will attack you with his poison dagger, and that is going to hit, and that is 8 poison. Oh, sorry, piercing damage, and you must make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
So you are all set, and you only take 5 poison damage. Lovely. He is now going to expend a legendary action and make a fainting
bitch.
strike at Branwen.
Oh,
That's going to be a dirty
strike.
20. And that is. Wow, this really looks like an S. I don't know, I was like, wow, S damage. 7 damage. And that is his turn. And Randy, it is now your turn.
Branwen, how's she looking? We're the only two that have taken damage so far, correct?
On a scale of 1 to 40, I'm at a 13.
Okay.
I took a decent amount last time, though, just to preface.
I
I
took
don't
a
have
lot
to
of
tell you
damage
anything.
last time, yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay. I'm gonna channel divinity again because I can do it twice. And yeah, I'll split it between the 3 of us. So 10 each. So we're just kind of wrestling now, right?
Wrestling.
No,
Just wrestling?
he's in front of you. He stabbed you. Like
Yeah.
you're just
Well,
in very
sure.
close hand-to-hand combat.
It's a very specific kind of wrestling, I guess.
Yeah.
Do a little mud wrestling here. I'll
Wrestling in poo-poo water.
Pepe.
Poopy.
It's Pepe.
Guys,
You
it's
know
just
what?
There's an
poopy.
entire men's soccer team watching this.
It's just poopy. You gotta let it flow.
It's a Ted Lasso reference.
You guys are in the deep dark forest right now. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I am. I'm trying to decide. Sorry.
That's okay.
I said the words Ted Lasso and he immediately saw red.
I will do a fun. I'm gonna grapple him again.
Make a contested strength check at disadvantage.
Come on, baby.
He's not gonna expect it this time.
18.
You are not able to grapple him. He sees you coming and he like deftly steps to the side and is like, Randy, I expected better of you. Is this what you were doing for me all those years? And it is now the top of the order, and everyone has to make athletics saving throws as the water begins to
Oh,
churn. It's at Randy's knees, but for many of you, it's starting to get around your waists.
joke's on you. I got better athletics than strength. That's a difference of +1. Fuck me. That's a
11.
9.
We rolled good this time, guys.
11, 9. Willem, what'd you get?
10.
15.
Red. Okay, everyone but Dunk, you are knocked prone into the water. And will need to spend your action kind of stabilizing yourselves, or at least your movement next turn. Stabilizing
Did
yourself.
motherfucker also roll? He has to roll, right?
He did not. Thank you for that. He is also knocked prone and will need to spend his
Yeah.
movement. Hold on. All right. It is now Dunk's turn, but you are not prone, and now you have advantage on whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
His name is
so I
Gordon.
don't even need to do a reckless attack.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hit him. Oh, definitely a good thing I have advantage. Nice. 24.
That'll hit.
Oh, and for my bonus action, I can resummon a flump. So I'm going to resummon the flump.
Okay.
I guess like on the other side of Trunchmer, so that he's the only one within 5 feet of it.
Bran would also be within 5 feet of it.
Do it anyway.
So the first swing hits for 8 damage. The second one also hits for 15 damage.
Okay. So
And then
that's
that's gonna be
8 and 15. And then roll
Yeah.
the force damage on the flump.
on the flump.
And you'll have to
3
make a
damage.
dexterity saving. Well, you guys are
Oh, yeah,
prone, so you already fail. So it's just 3 damage, Brenwyn.
Oh, that hurt.
And it is now your turn, Bramwin. So you'll spend your movement standing up, but you'll still have
And get up.
advantage on.
And I stabbed him twice with my sword, or tried to.
Please do so.
Oh, well, first.
Well, actually,
Okay,
you're
okay.
poisoned, so you have normal attacks against him.
Damn it. So then I'll just keep what I just rolled. So the first one will miss, but the second one will definitely hit with like a 24.
It's
And that is a 12 damage.
Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I don't think I can.
All right. It is now Willem's turn.
You know exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to try to hit him twice.
All
And I
right.
do have advantage.
You have advantage. You are not poisoned.
Are we hit by 16?
We are.
Oh, wonderful. I love to hear that. That's going to be 15 slashing damage and 10 fire damage. Attack you. Are we hit by a 15?
You're not.
Okay, that's a bummer.
Terrific. Anything else with your turn?
Nope. I'm a fighter. That's what I do. I hit things.
All right. He's going to
do
stand
it good.
and steady himself in the water. He's going to wipe a bit of blood from his beard and goes, You all fight quite well, I must say. But let's be honest, I grow tired of this charade. So, we finished now, yes? And he is going to lash out at you, Branwen, with his first strike with a 21. That is 8 damage.
Yep.
And then he will strike again. That is a 15.
Meets it, beats it.
All right. That is another 8, and you have to make a Constitution saving throw. Are you down?
Yep.
Okay. That's an additional 2d6 poison, so that's another 10 poison damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
He will then expend a legendary action to strike at you, Randy. That's a 17.
Not hit.
Okay. Not hit, you said?
Not hit.
Okay. So he slashes out and misses, and he goes, "We've all had enough, yes? Your friend drowns here? Let's call it a day." And he will use his cunning action to disengage and start to move towards the foyer of the sewer away from you. He will only make it 20 feet, given the difficult terrain, and it is now your turn. Branwen is floating in the water, downed,
Face up or face down?
face up.
All right.
Fine.
Are we gonna tackle him again?
Then I am going to grapple him. I'm gonna run towards him and I'm gonna try to tackle him from the back.
Okay, what's your movement speed?
I got 30 feet.
You're within 5 feet, so you can make an attempt to grapple him.
Okay.
Don't forget you are at disadvantage because you are poisoned.
I remember. 20, not 20.
That
Sorry,
will
not
do it.
20. Dirty 20, but still.
Yeah.
Still good.
So you manage to tackle him face first into the water. And he's like, sputters and coughs out. He goes, "Randy, please, this is getting embarrassing."
He says that underwater?
Like his head like kind of comes up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like put my hand on his head and like get his fucking face in the water. I'm gonna drown him.
Okay. So if he is still underwater at your next turn, he will make a save for that. Sorry, I keep hearing echoing.
That's me again. I don't know why that's happening.
Dunk, it is now your turn. You see your companion just burying his his adversary's face in the water, about 30 feet from you.
I am going to run up, and I
Wait,
will.
I'm sorry. Everyone has to make
Sorry.
athletics checks. Brandon, you automatically fail, and I will say that nothing happens. You're being swept away.
That's 27.
Okay, you're all set, Randy.
18.
I got a 25.
All right. All of you succeed on your athletics checks and are able to stabilize yourselves in the water, but you get the sense that the water is beginning to reach a critical limit. It is getting to the shoulders, and it's making even fighting difficult. Like maybe even your attacks will have disadvantage after this particular round. It's getting hard. It's getting tough in here.
Guys, he wants us to give up.
I am going to run up, and I'm going to help Randy keep Trunchmer's face under the water.
And you guys are both tall.
I'm gonna kill this guy for sure.
So I don't know what do. I just
You can
kinda-
roll to hit him, or I mean, if you're just trying to drown him, he'll have to make a contested strength throw against both of you and beat your cumulative strength.
Yeah, that's
Your
what we're
strength to
doing.
mine, Dunk.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are just gonna pin this guy into the water,
Yeah.
and it is now Branwen's turn. You make a death saving throw.
Oh, I guess you'll roll that.
Yeah, we'll roll it when he has to fight against you.
Keep it a secret.
And it is now Willem's turn.
Okay. How healthy, despite being drowned in shit water, is Trunchmer looking?
Looks pretty bloodied.
Okay. I am going to go up and give Trunchmer the old what for?
You're gonna
At
roll to. You're
disadvantage?
gonna hit him. It cancels out because he is prone and you are swimming, going through difficult water, so you can just roll a standard attack.
Is he hit by a 14? The answer to that
He
is
is
no.
he is not.
But he is hit by a dirty 20.
He is indeed.
All right. All right. That's going to be 9 slashing and 6 fire damage.
Okay. Sorry, I'm 9 and 6.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm reading the rules on drowning.
I'm also going to, as a bonus action, make sure Branwen is, turned upwards. I'm not going to try to stabilize her, but I am going to make sure that she doesn't inhale water.
Bort, do you know that your camera's off?
It is not off, Evan.
What? Oh, it is for me.
I didn't think so.
So, this is interesting. After 1 plus Constitution
Oh,
bonus
there he is.
minutes of holding your breath underwater, you fall unconscious. Your hit points fall to 0, and then you can then survive for a number of rounds equal to your Constitution modifier, minimum 1 round.
And if he's holding his breath, I don't think he should be able to attack because that expends oxygen.
No, I would agree. He can't attack if he's being held down
Oh.
under the water.
Also by Evan. Hello, Evan.
He's being held down under the water, but he can survive for a pretty long time if he's holding his breath. Um, so you and Evan and wow, Evan and Randy make strength throws. Randy, you make yours at disadvantage. Dunk, you make a standard one.
So technically, my rage and let me see what it says.
You can make yours at advantage if you have advantage on strength checks.
Rage ends early if you are knocked unconscious, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature. Does helping to grapple to drown somebody count as an attack?
That's
I'll
hostile.
say it does. I'll say it does.
Okay.
I've been a stickler about some things. I'll let you get away with that one.
Because that's not like technically by the rules, I guess, an attack, but that's
Yeah.
pretty violent.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just a little.
So it's 3 of us keeping him down now.
No, only Willem did not
Only us
support
two.
Yeah,
the drowning.
I got a 5.
Okay. I got a. It's a strength check. Just a.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I got a 26.
Okay. Let's go.
We're good. You occasionally just hear
choking.
and that is his turn. Everybody now needs to make the water is reaching dangerously critical point. And everyone has to make a. Actually, I wrote a description for it, so allow me to read. The water is getting closer and closer to the roof of the chamber, forcing you to take some of your last breaths before diving below and continuing your search for a way out.
Oh, jeez.
Everyone has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
13.
5.
All of you fail and take 4 force damage as you gasp for air, and you also each suffer an additional round of exhaustion, which Willem has definitely not been taking anything this entire round of combat.
What?
You had a round of exhaustion for using the phase necklace.
Yeah. And 1 level of exhaustion gives you disadvantage on ability saving throws. That's it.
Oh, just ability checks? Okay.
Unless you play with different rules.
No. I thought it was ability and attack, but if it's fine.
Nope. Level 1 is disadvantage on ability checks. 2 is speed halved. 3 disadvantage on attack and saving throws. 4 hit point max halved. 5 speed reduced to 0. 6 death.
Cool. So you are 2 levels of exhausted. Everyone else is 1. Randy, this doesn't stack, but Dunk, you now have disadvantage on ability checks. And it is now your turn, Dunk.
Um, so I'm gonna keep trying to grapple him, but can I also kind of like give him a little thing in the stomach to try to get him to?
You can make an unarmed strike against him, but if you're holding the grapple, you'll have to make an unarmed strike.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. 1 plus strength modifier. Okay. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Well, roll damage.
2.
Ouch. Branwyn.
Scared. Because I
Make your
took
roll.
damage, correct?
Technically.
No. I'm not going to tell you what it was.
Okay.
You guys can use your imagination.
Well, based on your little giggle,
That could mean anything. You actually don't know.
Yeah, that's
Nope.
true.
It's Willem's turn.
I'm gonna do the same as before and try to hit him.
Okay.
We're not gonna be hit by a nat 1,
We are not.
but we are gonna be hit by a 16.
That's it.
I love that for us, Bessie. All right, that's gonna be 14 slashing damage and 7 fire damage.
All right. Blood is pouring out of him, even under the water. And he will now make, so Randy and Dunk, you'll have to make contested strength throws at disadvantage, and it'll be cumulative.
8.
Well, I still get like regular, like not like regular rolls because I'm raging.
You did hit him. Yeah, so you get a regular roll. Good call.
18.
Okay. You were able to continue to keep his head below water. And in one more round, he will
Guys,
effectively.
Brendan might die.
Evil.
And it is now your turn, Randy.
I'm going to actually leave him behind, trusting Dunk with his immediate, horrible, great strength. I'm gonna leave him behind, and I'm gonna swim towards the door to the foyer
Okay.
and attempt to open it.
Okay. Make a strength check to barge the door open.
I've been rolling so bad. 6.
Throw yourself against the door, and it does not budge in the weight of the water. And are you doing anything else with your turn?
Can I? Is that my
No.
action?
Yeah,
Unless
like
unless you have
action.
bonus actions.
Bonus actions. No. That's all I can do.
Okay. The water rises, slapping against the ceiling, with nowhere to go at the moment out of the chamber. The water begins to pass above your heads, and you're all given the opportunity to take a final breath. Though Branwen, you continue to be pushed up, up, and further up, and luckily remain stable as you do so. Um, as you struggle to see in the dirty water, you occasionally see shapes floating past you as the detritus and former possessions of these people pass before your eyes, but you lacked the clarity into what you already are. Um, and each of you can hold your breath for 1 plus your constitution modifier. And that is how many rounds you have to get out while underwater. Um, and you are swimming in the water. So it's whatever your swim speed is. And it is no longer difficult terrain because you're not trying to walk, you are just straight up swimming.
Is swim speed the same as movement speed for most things?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's now Dunk's turn.
Oh, seems like according to RPGbot.net, even if you don't have a swim speed, you can still swim most of the time. Doing so costs 2 feet of movement for each 1 foot moved. So,
So swimming is difficult.
yeah.
You can get to the exit in 2 rounds if you do nothing
Okay.
else. Or if you dash, you can obviously get there in 1.
Is
If you
it
wish to hold
possible?
on to Trunchmer, it will take you 2 with a dash.
Yeah. I want to hold on to Trunchmer, and I have I'm wearing those gloves that I got from all the way back from like Red Wine's estate. So I've got
Classic.
55 movement speed.
Shit.
So that's how far could I get with holding him and moving, like continuing to grapple
So it's
and
2
swimming.
feet of movement for every 1 foot. It's basically
So
like
yeah, if I've got like, so I've got like 20, like
5, whatever.
7
So
and a
you can
half.
move 50 feet if you dash. And I'll have you make
Yeah.
a strength check to keep the grapple, but you can get to the
Okay.
ladder.
Yeah, let's do that. Strength check. Ooh, that's 23.
Keep him grappled, and you
Nice.
one arm just pull yourself to the ladder and manage to get your head above water and within striking distance of getting out. And it is now Branwen's turn.
Yeah.
It is now Willem's turn.
Willem is going to swim towards Branwen and attempt to carry her towards the exit.
Okay. You swim up to Branwen, and you feel her lifeless form in your arms as you grab her and make your way towards the exit.
Yep. I'm gonna perform CPR. It's gonna be fine, guys.
And go ahead.
No.
It is Trunchmer's turn. He's going to make a strength check. It's a nat 20. So he will manage to evade your grapple. And he is going to disengage and dash up the ladder with his movement speed, pulling himself up to the surface.
Is that an attack of opportunity?
Disengage
No,
and
he disengaged.
disengaged.
He didn't dash. But he used his movement speed to get up to the surface. He did not dash. So he's still up there. Like you can see him pretty clearly. And it is now Randy's turn.
I'm gonna swim towards the exit.
You make it about halfway. And it is now Dunk's turn. So you're within striking distance of Trunchmer. Like you can get up the
Yeah.
ladder and try to
Also,
strike him.
something I haven't been like keeping track of, but I do have. Bugbears have reach, so I do have a little bit extra.
Yes.
Reach to strike.
The disengage does not incur attack of opportunity,
Yeah.
but he is within striking distance of you. You can
Yeah.
get up to the surface easily and get within range of him because you
Okay.
were right on
Yeah,
top of each other.
and I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And I'm going to swing recklessly because I no longer have any kind of reach. Okay. 16 plus 9, 25, right?
That's it.
Uh, 15 damage.
How would you like to do this?
yeah.
I am going to like chop off his like legs, and then with my next attack, I like kind of chop the hands so that he can't, so he just falls from the ladder into the depths.
Oh well, you're up. You're out. You're on the streets of
Oh, okay.
Trillwood.
Yeah.
So
But I push him
you.
down into
So
make
you
him a med
hack
hit, and
at his legs, and then bring up your axe once again to slice his arms, and his body slumps to the floor, and he looks up at you and goes, "I wonder if Randall will think it was worth it." As he collapses onto the stone in front of you, blood pouring out into the street and dripping down into the open sewer gate. And it is now Branwen Willem's turn.
I'm going to attempt to haul Brandon up the ladder, and I'm going to frantically try to get Randy to help me.
We can effectively say that we are out of combat now, and that Randy, you are able to get yourself up the ladder and familiarize yourself with the scene. The collapsed husk of Branwen's body drenched in murky water. Trunchmer's body lying not far from hers, his legs cleaved off, his arms at his side, and almost like this dreamy look in his eyes, as though he's pleased with the outcome.
Randall, you gotta help her. Don't tell me you're not that kind of cleric.
I'm too drained to cast Revivify.
Wait, do I? Oh, we're out of combat now, right?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to use bolstering magic uh Randy, and roll a d3, and you get a spell slot of that or lower.
No fucking way.
Yes.
Wait, is there even a D3?
Yeah, it says roll a d3. The creature regains one expended spell slot, the level of which equals the number rolled or lower.
It's
So I
gotta
rolled
be a
2.
3.
Roll
Oh,
a
fuck.
triangle.
I've never
Um,
even heard of a D3.
It's a 2.
Is she dead?
And I can't do that again until after a long rest.
Oh, fuck. All right. Anybody else have any ideas? Because I got something I might try.
I've
Chris,
got
is this how you thought the session would go?
No.
I just look distraught, and I turn to Willem, and I just nod and go, "Yeah, try anything."
People have started to gather. Like you're in a public place.
I'm going to put on the Feywild amulet, and I'm going to try to take her back.
All right. You slip on the planar amulet. Are you just taking her?
I mean, I should probably take all 4 of us.
So you're joining hands. You're placing a hand on to Branwen, and you turn the dial to what you heard in your dream that day of that familiar voice. Purple and green hues seem to envelop you and crisscross about as a black hole erupts in the center of this city street. You hear the shouts of people clamoring, God, goodness, what is this? As it envelops you and you into existence. The colors around you, magnificent, hues that you've never experienced before. Everything feels familiar, it looks similar, but it's not the same. It feels like the place you've been, the place you've come to know as Trowood, but instead, where buildings stood, magical trees ripped from the ground, their trunks becoming these massive homes and buildings, and people mill about here too, shocked at your sudden arrival.
Well, I start yelling for a healer.
An individual comes racing up to you. My lord, what? Where have you come? Where have you come from? What are you doing here? What has happened to this poor woman? She is from here, but you are not.
Listen, I don't have much time to explain, or I'll explain on the way. But my friend, she's been grievously wounded, and I know this place was important to her, and she was important to people here. And if there's anything I could do to help, I don't want her to die, man.
I wish you had come to a better place, but I do not know the spell that we need to do. But I know who might. Please, give me a moment. I have to concentrate. And he starts to kneel down before you and just, may I? And he like holds his hands up, asking for permission to touch the body.
Whatever you need to do.
His hands linger, hovering over them in different areas. They glow with a faint green and bluish hue. An energy returns to her, but it is fleeting. It does not feel real. She does not awake. She does not move, but you get the sense that the soul is still there. We must make all due haste to Haftare. That is where we can save her.
You got
Say
it.
now's a good time to stop.
Yeah.
You didn't see that one coming.
And thank you all for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Nat20Hot, and we look forward to next week, where our adventure continues and we find out what or will not befall the very lovable Branwen. And we look forward to seeing you all then. Farewell.
Boy.
Bye, Zomboy.
Bye,
Bye,
Zomboy.
Zomboy.
Bye, Zomboy.